Hey guys, what's up? Tom Warren here, and I want to talk to you just real quickly about springtime jig fishing and a few of the things that I do differently in the spring that I might not inherently do during other times of the year. And it really has just to do all with the conditions and making every piece of the puzzle fit to give yourself really the best setup and the best chance at catching fish. A jig is a year-round fish catcher, but there's so many different aspects to a jig that really tailoring everything that is about the jig to the conditions is important. So a couple things. First of all, I want a lighter jig for a few reasons. Number one, the fish, I'm usually up shallow, and I don't need a super heavy jig when I'm up shallow, especially when the cover isn't super thick. And springtime, the cover isn't that thick. Usually it's you're pitching to a stump, you're pitching to a little clump of grass, you're pitching to a dock. You're not punching anything close to it. The cover has not grown nearly like that yet, so you don't need to throw really anything over a 3/8 ounce. For this specific jig, this is like the four-wheeler of any jig. It's North Metro Bass Academy Arky head. This jig is almost indestructible with the paint and everything that's on it. I just throw this to anything that looks good. I mean, that's whether it be a dock, a piece of wood, some grass, going out on the bank. Again, anywhere from like that 1 to 10 foot range or anything in between. This jig is just so awesome, and I can skip it, make it land real soft on the water. The profile of this jig comes through almost anything. It's an awesome jig to use around shallow or mid-depth cover in the spring. And for a trailer, what I like to use is more of a chunk style bait, something that isn't super intimidating, not something that flaps a whole bunch, not something that has a whole lot of action. So a really good option is just a chunk. Just put it right on the hook like that. You can thread it on if you want to, but I just like something that is just not super intimidating. It's not in your face or anything like that. And the bait this time of year too is moving a little bit slower. So something that's super erratic isn't really natural in that colder water. And I'm talking about like 60 degrees and under here. So fluorocarbon line is what I like to use as well versus braid. Again, you're not fishing heavy cover. You don't need a flipping stick. I use a 7-foot 2-inch heavy power Halo Kryptonite rod here. This is 16-pound fluorocarbon. You don't need anything more than that. Don't spook the fish. Fluorocarbon sinks. It gives it a nice natural fall. Colors wise, there's not really anything super specific I do with my colors in the springtime. I mean, black and blue and green pumpkin is just a year-round good fish catching options. So lighten your jig up, change your setup, downsize your setup a bit, use a trailer that doesn't have a ton of action, follow those tips, and you're gonna have more success this springtime bass fishing, which is just around the corner here in the northern part of the country, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and whatnot. So we'll be on the water catching fish here very soon. If you thought these tips were helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for awesome bass fishing content throughout the entire year, and peace out, guys. We'll see you next time on Tom Warren Fishing.